simulations.
Simulations.
And you can't tell the difference, whether you're in the real world or a simulated world.
It will be, at some point, indistinguishable from reality.
And then we would have to conclude with near certainty that we are ourselves in a simulation as we push this button to create a million simulations.
A simulation is a computer-created world that looks and feels real, but it is actually running on code and calculations instead of existing as a physical reality. Everything you believe about life could just be a piece of code. This Earth, planets, stars could just be a simulation, a computer-generated world in which you and I are just some characters. This is what a simulation means. In 2003, a very famous philosopher, Nick Bostrom, introduced the simulation hypothesis. He says one of these three scenarios must be true. The first scenario, most civilizations destroy themselves before they get super advanced. They never develop the kind of mind-blowing technology needed to create simulated worlds because they go extinct or collapse before that happens. The second scenario, some civilizations do get advanced, but they decide not to simulate. Even if they could run massive simulations, they don't. Maybe it is unethical. Maybe it is boring. Maybe it is illegal. Either way, no simulations happen. The third scenario, if advanced civilizations do run simulations, then we're almost certainly inside one. This means we are just lines of computer code. Why? Because once a society starts making simulations, it can make millions of them. That means there would be far more fake worlds than real ones, and they would be impossible to distinguish. Statistically speaking, we are probably living in one of the fake ones rather than the single original world. This isn't just a crazy sci-fi movie plot. Serious scientists, philosophers, and even researchers have taken this question seriously. So, let's cut through the noise and break down the evidence. Some scientists believe the universe itself looks suspiciously digital. Physicist Melvin Wobson has proposed the second law of infodynamics. It suggests information in our universe sometimes behaves like compressed data. To him, that looks like the signature of a coded system. Then, there's quantum mechanics, the strangest corner of physics. In the double-slit experiment, particle acts like waves until observed. Then, they collapse in a definite state. Some argue this is like a video game engine only loading what is on screen. Maybe our universe does the same. A former NASA physicist, Thomas Campbell, has even proposed experiments to detect limits in how information is processed, basically trying to catch the rendering engine in action, and quantum researchers are pursuing similar ideas. No definitive results yet, but the search is underway. But well, there are cracks in these theories. The first big problem is computational cost. Simulating an entire universe down to atoms and consciousness would demand unimaginable resources. Some scientists argue it's not even possible. The second issue is unfalsifiability. That means an idea or theory cannot be proven wrong no matter what evidence you find. If we are in a simulation, for example, it could be programmed so perfectly that no test could ever expose it. Think about it. If we really are in a simulation, the system could cover its tracks so perfectly that every test we try would still say the world is real. That is why many people see this more as a philosophy question rather than a scientific one. Then there's the consciousness problem. Even if every neuron could be simulated, that would create real consciousness, or will it just mimic it? We don't know, and that's where the massive gap is. And finally, the probabilities may not be as high as many believe. Some researchers argue using refined calculations and probabilities that the odds may not lean as heavily towards the simulation theory as Bostrom had suggested. The Scientific American reported that once uncertainty is factored in, the probability doesn't even break 50%. So far, there is no direct evidence. Theories are intriguing, experiments are ongoing, but reality remains the stronger bet. As fascinating as it is, the evidence leans against it. Simulating the entire universe seems unreasonably complex. and the supposed clues can be explained without invoking a simulation. But if we did learn tomorrow that this was all just a simulation, would your life change? You will feel the same joy, love, pain, wonder. You will still make the same choices, even if those choices were coded. Existence would not lose meaning. If anything, it might make life even stranger and maybe more precious. My verdict, though, is that we're probably not living in a simulation. But the question is still valuable, because whether or not we are simulated, questioning this forces us to examine what reality means and what it means to be conscious. Simulation or not, you are here, you're breathing, you're alive, you're watching this video which you still haven't liked or a channel you haven't subscribed to, and that right now is real enough. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.